Alright guys, I have some games to show you. Picked up a few reproduction carts off AliExpress. And I'm not a big fan of AliExpress when it comes to game cartridges or anything like that, because usually they end up being very, very low quality or just, as cheap as possible. I usually like to get my reproduction carts on Etsy, and I like to work with the people that make the carts, and I like to have custom label art and all kinds of stuff, which eventually you'll guys see some of that stuff in the future. But I saw some stuff on AliExpress. I figured I would give it a chance, see if it works, and we'll see how the label art looks and all that stuff. And before we do that, I want to say that if you are planning on ordering reproduction carts, make sure you have stickers to identify them. I had these made on Etsy. You can have custom stickers made on Etsy, basically stating that these are reproduction cartridges. And the reason why is because it is absolutely terrible and wrong to actually sell these to retro gaming stores or try to sell them off as the real thing. And I'm very, very against that. I think it's okay to have reproduction carts, but it's horrible to sell them off as if they're the real thing. And I refuse to let that happen. And as a responsible retro gamer, we're going to be putting these stickers on them as we show them off. Alright, first up right here, let's see what we got here. We're going to be showing off what we have. Alright, so we have Mighty Final Fight. And the cartridge looks pretty good. The label art looks not bad. I think the back of the cartridge has a slightly lighter looking sticker on the back. And this looks pretty darn close to the real thing. We're also going to test these out as we go and see if they boot up. Sometimes when you buy stuff off AliExpress, they end up being crap. Alright, so we're going to put this one maybe on the side right here, just like an old rental sticker. And there we go. So they put that right on the side right there, kind of like an old rental sticker type thing, and basically that states that this is a reproduction cartridge and should not be sold at authentic value. As you can see right there, these are the ones that I had made right here. See if the camera will focus. Alright, let's pop it in and let's see if it actually plays. You always have to blow before you play. Alright, let's pop it in. And it looks like it is booting up. So far this looks pretty decent. And we got the controller plugged in right here. And there we go, we have success. We have Mighty Final Fight on the NES, and it appears to boot up and works. So, and the air conditioner's on. Alright, let's turn that off for a second. It is pretty hot. We're going to put this over here. Let's put that right there. Now remember, these games right here, I don't know, this game might be worth, I don't know, my guess, over $50. You can get the reproduction cart for like $15 on AliExpress. The label looks pretty decent. It looks pretty real. You can definitely tell that the print quality is probably not quite as sharp. But if you want to play the game or have the actual game itself without paying all that the price for having the real thing, then that's how you do it. But remember, if you plan on mixing these up with your collection, be responsible and put a sticker on it. Alright, next up we have Mega Man. This is the first Mega Man right here, a reproduction cart. And I might have, more than likely I probably have a copy of this somewhere. It could be over there, or it could be over here, I don't know. But I bought it just for the hell of it, just to see how it looks. And you know, it looks kind of... The label is not the greatest looking. Like the contrast definitely looks a little brightened up a little bit. It doesn't look that great, to be honest. The print quality is okay, it looks a little stretched. The Nintendo Seal quality looks stretched. And these are obviously dead giveaways that these are fake cartridges, reproductions. And that's the issue with buying something on AliExpress is you're going to get very subpar quality prints as far as the label will go and all that stuff. And we are putting the sticker on the cartridge right there so we can identify that this cartridge is a reproduction cartridge. Alright, let's pop it in and see if it works. And it appears to work, which is nice. Alright, so far no issues. And this is nice to have because I have a Polymega coming eventually soon, and I want to get all of these games right here so I can install them on the Polymega, but I didn't feel like paying a crap load of money for all these games at the moment. To be quite honest, I don't have the money to be spending on really expensive games. I have a lot of stuff going on with my personal life and everything, and so this is the next better option right here for me. And I'm pretty sure that there is a lot of other people in the same boat where, hey, listen, I can't afford to pay $50 or more for a cartridge at the moment, but I would like to have an actual physical copy. Well, here it is. If you do it responsibly, it's okay. So make sure you have a sticker. And we're going to put this over here. And I also got Mega Man 2. And the print quality is a little soft. You can actually see the bottom of it. You can't really read some of the words. So it's, I'll say the print quality is subpar. It's not the greatest, but it's good enough to, if it works, it works. That's pretty much what we're dealing with here. So we're going to put the sticker on it. And there's the sticker identifying that this is a reproduction cart. And this one boots up as well. Looks like it works. I'm going to move right along. So far we had pretty good luck here. Usually there's always that one something that doesn't work from AliExpress. I usually have okay luck, but there's always that one thing that doesn't work. So far, it looks like we're doing okay. Alright, now we have, you probably guessed it already, we have Mega Man 3. And the label print on this one looks a little better. But the image is still a little soft, or you know, the colors are not the greatest, and the Nintendo seal quality is stretched. And there is some font on the bottom you can't read. With that being said, we're going to pop it in and test it out. Alright, let's see if we can get this on here. And here we go. We got the sticker on there that identifies that this is a fake reproduction cartridge, not the real thing. And let's see if it works. And it looks like we're having good luck so far. Mega Man 3. We're going to put that one to the side here. And you probably guess what's next. Mega Man 4. And that's what the cartridge looks like right there. And once again, the Nintendo seal quality looks a little stretched, and the bottom text looks a little soft. Can't really read it that well. And yeah, that's what it looks like. So it's kind of subpar. It looks okay, but you're not going to get the same quality as like a normal NES cartridge. The regular cartridges look great. They're authentic. And you know what, if you can afford the real thing and you want to collect the real thing, then that's fine. That's what you probably should do if you have the finances. But if you're gaming on a budget, like I am right now, this is basically the way you want to do it. So I know it's kind of crazy to say that I'm gaming on a budget with all that stuff in the background. This stuff I've purchased over the years. And you know, I still buy authentic games and everything. These are all authentic right here. All these guys are here. But I figured I would just grab all these to see if they actually work, and just to make a video on it. And I'll keep these in my collection. But if ever came time to selling these, I'm not going to sell these for any more than what I bought them for, which was probably around $10 at the most. And this cartridge does appear to be working. So I can't really complain about these repo carts. They seem pretty decent. Not bad. Here, we'll put that over there. Alright, next up we have Mega Man 5. And that's how the label looks. It looks okay. Still a little soft. It's not the greatest. This is pretty much a dead giveaway if you can't read some of the small font. It's a dead giveaway that you're dealing with a cartridge that's probably not authentic. So, just so you know, especially if you're running like a retro gaming store. I actually went to one yesterday, and he's encountered fake cartridges, and basically how he has to identify them is taking them apart and looking at the board. That's another way of doing it. Okay, let's pop this in and see if it works. Alright, Mega Man 5 appears to work pretty decently. Check that out. That looks pretty cool. Alright, so that does appear to be working. And the plastic in this feels a little bit more slippery, and you can probably see the edges of these things look like they're separating a little bit right there. So you know, the plastic casing on these are not as good as like the regular ones, and you can definitely tell you squeeze it, and it appears to be open a little bit there. Alright, next up we have Mega Man 6. And just so you know, this is what the backs look like right here. You can read that. Let me see if the camera will focus. There we go. The label on this one looks okay. I mean, you can probably, you could definitely pass as a real label. This one actually looks decent. I mean, if you look at it, it looks not bad. It looks pretty okay. It's a little soft, and it's glossy, and it looks pretty decent, but no, it's definitely not a real cartridge. Alright, so what we're going to do is put this sticker right here. Alright, so I guess one thing I noticed about these fake cartridges is the end of them right here. Let's see if I can get them to focus. It looks like it opens up a little bit at the end. You can see that right there. Now on a real cartridge, that shouldn't be the case. I'm going to take one out here. Alright, here's a real one right here. We have this game right here. Yeah, I guess that's weird. I guess the real one actually has a little bit of that happening too. Let's see if this camera will focus. You probably see it a little bit. The glossiness is a little different. These are kind of hard to tell, the real from the fake. I mean, look at the plastic. Yeah, one thing I did notice is the little rivets on the top corner, right over here. The fake one is less defined and definitely looks a little more cheap looking compared to the rivets up here. So that's another good way of telling which one's fake and real. Is if you compare a real cart to the cartridge in question, if these rivets don't look as defined as the real one, you might be dealing with a fake cartridge. So that's definitely something interesting. Well, let's pop this in and see if it works. And it does work. So far we're having pretty decent luck here. It's not bad. So we have all the Mega Man games, and we just paid probably a fraction of what they cost at the moment. And the label art, it's not nearly as good as the real ones, of course. Or the labels are not printed. The print quality is not that great. But you have the game, so you can play it on real hardware if you want. But like I said, make sure you label your reproduction cards for your own good and for everybody else's own good. Alright, we also got Power Blade 1 and 2, which this is basically what I definitely wanted. These two carts right here, the labels are definitely stretched, so like the artwork is stretched, so you can definitely tell that these are fake. I used to own It was either Power Blade 1 or 2. I forgot which one it was, but I owned one of them back in the day. And I wish I would have never gotten rid of it, but I was a kid and I probably did a trade-in or something like that. But now the game's worth like a couple $100, both of them. It's one of those games that has gone up in price quite a bit. And I wanted to have a physical copy. And I definitely can't afford to spend a couple $100 on one game at the moment. So, you know what? I got a repro cart. And hopefully it works. Let's pop it in and let's see. We're going to do Power Blade 2 first. And there we go. I'm pretty sure I had both Power Blade 1 and 2 back in the day. I think I did. This I definitely remember. And this is kind of similar to like a Mega Man game. And look at it. It's like Duke Nukem or something. Look at that. He looks just like Duke Nukem. And for some reason this game's like super expensive. I don't know why. Well, this game is really, really fun. And we have to move on to the next game before we get carried away. But yeah, this works pretty decent. We're going to put that up there. Alright, we have Power Blade 1. Alright, let's put the sticker on here. And the label on Power Blade 1 and 2 here, like I said, it's stretched. So it looks kind of, you can tell it's fake. So it definitely doesn't look good at all. And here we have Power Blade 1. Cool looking title screen. Yeah, let's see what we get here. I'm pretty sure I had both of these back in the day. They're very, very familiar to me. And much like a Mega Man, you have to choose like a level. Yeah, I definitely remember the music. Oh, this is cool. And for some reason, these games are super expensive now. Oh my god, I killed myself. What the hell is that? It's kind of hard playing from this angle, but... Alright, moving right along, we got a couple more games here. Alright, next up we have... We're going to be switching over to the Super Nintendo. We actually got a couple of Super Nintendo games we're going to try out here. And let's see if this actually works. We're going to get our controller ready. There, I have a couple of Super Nintendos. The one I have here is a beat-up one that I clipped so I can play Japanese and American games, but it's a beat-up Super Nintendo. It still works. Alright, so first up we have, just for the hell of it, I figured, you know what, since I'm buying NES games, I figured I would grab a couple of Super Nintendo games and see how these work. And just so you know that the labels on these things, sometimes they pop up because these are fake label cartridges. So here we have Final Fight Guy, quite the expensive game for the Super Nintendo. The print quality is a little soft. It's okay. It's not terrible, but the main issue that you're going to have with some of these are the labels. They're not going to stick down properly. So let's see if this Everyone wants to focus. Let's find out here. Alright, so down here you can probably see that the label is not 100% flush. Now, whether this is going to work or not, I don't know. The cartridge, the plastic definitely feels cheaper than a normal cartridge. It looks real, but it's definitely probably not like the real thing. You can definitely tell that this feels fake. This feels so weird. Let's try it out. Alright, well, this seems to be working. And we're having pretty decent luck right here so far. Alright, let's put a sticker on this. And say we should probably put it over here on the side. And there we go. We put a sticker on it just to remind you that this is a reproduction cart. And it kind of looks like one of those rental stickers. Alright, next up we have Final Fight 3. And Final Fight 3 looks pretty decent. The label art looks pretty good on this. That could almost pass like the real thing, I would say. See, this is the problem. When they start looking this good, it could pass as the real thing easily. And that's an issue because some retro game stores or people in general, they might fall victim to buying these thinking that they're going to get the real thing, but they're not. The plastic definitely feels cheaper than the real cartridges. Just an idea. We have probably a cartridge right here we can compare it to. Alright, so the plastic on this one also feels a little bit heavier. I'm trying to see here. So this is the game. This is the real game right here. This is a copy of Fatal Fury. This is real. And the plastic definitely feels like pretty decent. Like this one feels. This is the fake one right here. This one feels lighter, and the plastic feels definitely cheaper. It looks real. Here, I notice probably a little bit of difference on the texture. So the texture is a little bit more defined on the actual real one versus the fake one. But again, it's actually pretty hard to tell the difference. And that's kind of not good. So, with that being said, let's test it out. Let's test this out and see if it works. I'm going to put a sticker on it first. This pretty much identifies it as a fake. I should have put that up a little bit higher. Let me see if I can do that. Alright, there we go. We got the sticker on it. Alright, we got the sticker on that right there. I'm going to pop it in. We're going to test it out. And not surprising, it actually works. These all came from the same seller, so it appears that this seller sells decent reproductions as far as how they work. The print quality is not the greatest, but I guess all that matters is you actually get something that actually plays and works. The plastic is definitely really cheap. Yeah, honestly, it feels like crap. Alright, next up we have, here's an interesting one. This is actually a translation cartridge. This is Clock Tower. And we're going to test this out, and again, it feels like cheap plastic. And we're going to put the sticker on it to identify that it's cheap. Or fake, that is. Alright, there we go. Got the sticker on the side. Alright. There we go. Basically, this says premium quality reproduction cartridge. Says attention, warning, this is a reproduction cartridge and should not be sold for authentic value. Just doing my due diligence there. I just want to make sure that these never get sold for the real value. So if they ever get sold, those are not going to be sold for hundreds of dollars or anything like that. They'll probably get sold for maybe, I don't know. I paid $15 for them, I think. Whatever I paid for them is what I would sell them for if I wanted to get rid of them. So it would be like an even trade-off. But I don't think I would sell them. More than likely, if I get sick of them, I'll probably give them away. And as you can see here, this appears to be working. Super Nintendo version of Clock Tower. Pretty scary. And there you go. Supposedly this is a translation. I wonder if this is real or not, because I see that, well, the main menu's in English, so that's a good sign. So let's start the game for a second here, and that's in English. Alright. So far, I mean, it's in English. Now, another thing you have to worry about is when you buy stuff off AliExpress, you're not guaranteed to get a cartridge that's going to have save functionality, even though the game should have save functionality. Sometimes you might not get that. Now, I don't know if this is the case for this game or not. I know this does have save functionalities, but... And there we go, we have English. Pretty cool. I'm going to turn that off for now. And that's pretty much it. That's all we have for today. A whole bunch of reproduction cartridges. I hope you guys enjoyed that. We're going to make a little thumbnail right here. Alright, that's good enough. Alright. So I'm just curious, what is how do you guys feel about reproduction cartridges? I think it's one of those things that you have to be really careful with. Some people are completely against it. Some people are completely for it. I'm okay with it, just as long as you're responsible with it. So with that being said, comment down below and let me know what you think. And stay tuned for another episode of Memory Lane on Gaming Plus Empire. And you guys have a great day.